Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of UpGrade with Maria Kay, the podcast where your success, freedom, and happiness get a weekly boost. And how are you, my lovelies? It is such a joy to be here with you guys today. A big high five for showing up, whatever time of day you are listening back, wherever you are, whenever it is for you. I must commend you because I know life's busy and I know there's probably 1,000 other things that you could be doing. Even if you are multitasking right now, driving the kids to school and listening to this, or cleaning the house, or taking your power walk for the day, even if you're multitasking, I still commend you. It's a true honor for me to be here with you, and also that you've chosen to be here. So if you haven't already joined us over in the Facebook group, simply go over and search UpGrade with Maria Kay. Join us. We're having a blast. Share with us what you're up to. Share how your upgrade is going. Are you having a blast? Are you having any difficulties? Share it all, my lovelies. I want to hear everything. It's one of my most favorite things to receive messages and updates from you guys, and also ask questions. Share perhaps any topics that you want to hear about. Chances are you'll see them in upcoming episodes. So for those of you who are new, just tuning in today, you may not know who I am and what I've been up to and what I do in the world. So first of all, my name's Maria Kay, and I am passionate about helping you to upgrade your life from where it is today, which may be a place of amazingness, but not where you want to be exactly, and helping you take step-by-step action to get you to a life that you deserve, one that you really truly desire, and one that you deserve. I've come to know that most of us don't allow ourselves to desire what we really desire. We make do, we go with the flow, we perhaps build a life that is someone else's dream and not ours. I'm passionate about helping you identify exactly what it is you want, what will get you jumping out of bed every single morning with the biggest smile on your face, raring to go, and identifying that, but also putting that into action. So I am passionate about converting your dreams into reality. And I do that for people all over the world. It doesn't matter where you live. I work distantly as well as face-to-face. Distance is no issue with the amazing tool that we have these days of the internet, but also the way we can jump on a plane and be somewhere within hours. I adore what I do. I don't even see it as work anymore. And I too was in a place in my life where I've taken step-by-step action to elevate. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen from one day to the next. What happened was, as I traveled through life, taking the next logical step, the next presenting route, my life has hit rock bottom. My life has hit a point where anyone looking at me would think that's it. It's over. But there was something really strong pulling me forward, keeping me going. Call it what you wish, right? If you've heard me speak before, you will know that I will interchange the words that I use to describe the universe or the higher power or God or Hindu gods or goddesses, the divine. It really makes no difference, whatever you feel comfortable using and whatever may fit in any given day. So from that very first aha moment that I had back in my teenage bedroom when I was around 16 years old, actually, and I was going through a series of eating disorders, disordered eating, but then serious eating disorders. And I sat in my wicker chair with my Louise Hay book at the age of 16, You can heal your life. And I uttered the words, I don't want this life to be over. Faced with suicidal thoughts, I uttered the words, I love life too much. There's too much that I need to do. I'm not ready to give up yet. So from that very first turning point in my life, there have been many that have followed, from marriage breakdown to severe heartbreak to illness to bankruptcy to goodness knows. I don't want to overload you guys with negativity, but let's just say there have been many opportunities for me to have given up. But there was something pushing me forward, and that something has brought me here to where I am today, able to share with you my so-called wisdom. I don't always see it as wisdom. I tend to see it as channeling from a place of divinity, almost like a co-creation with the universe, with the divine. I'm the vessel and I channel what needs to be channeled, but also able to couple that with my many, many years of experience, right? Because we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, right? Human beings. But first and foremost, we are spiritual. So having the ability to mold that together, fuse that, and bring in not only the spiritual teachings, but also the very practical, very actionable, I know what you're going through. Here is a strategy for that, or here is a resolution for that. So if that appeals to you, hang in there. Today we have an amazing topic, one that is dear to me, because only last week I was in meditation. I was staying on the top of a beautiful mountain in southern Spain, because as you may know, it's been about a year now that I've once again radically changed my life. I had the pull, I had the nudge from the universe that it was time to upgrade again, bring things up to a level that was congruent with who I really am. So I set off with my family, and first of all, we relocated to India for 6 months. Absolutely adored it. Wasn't easy. If you want all the info and the details on all of that, I share a lot about that. Go back to previous podcasts and you'll hear me talk about the ins and outs, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows of living on a beach in a beautiful environment. But the monsoon season hit, and I was definitely sure that I did not want to spend any time in extreme weather conditions. I came from the UK, where weather conditions can get pretty extreme, pretty cold, pretty wet, and I wasn't signing up for that. So it was time to move on. And after a stint back in the UK, a very short stint, about 30 days or just less than 30 days, taking care of, practical things, business and all of that, it was time to move on again. So we went to Spain with the family. We were able to travel and see family that we have living there as well. Spent time with my gorgeous 2-year-old nephew. And then we ended up in southern Spain. And as I was meditating on the top of a mountain, we'd found a beautiful venue to rent, which was massively outdoor living, which I adore. So for me, that's a total upgrade in life, because coming from the UK, for at least 9 months of the year, you are having an indoor life. You are indoors. And for me, my soul was bursting out of that. So to have the opportunity to stay on this mountain and have an outdoor kitchen where we could literally wake up in the morning and cook breakfast outdoors as well as eating it outdoors. For me, it was the height of upgrade in that moment. But, and there's always a but, as I was meditating and doing my normal morning practice, I talk about morning practice or daily practice in a previous podcast and the benefits of it. If you're interested, go back and listen. I could feel that I wasn't quite where I could be. Now, let me just clarify. We are on an ongoing journey. We never, ever, ever get there. Like, there is no finishing line, even when we pass over, right? But we do have the opportunity to improve on what we've got right now. This is why I'm passionate about the whole upgrade concept, because it's not stating that what we have right now is wrong or broken or negative. It's just stating simply there's always room for improvement, because by our very nature as human beings, as spiritual beings, we are tuned in, we are programmed to improve. And this is exactly why we have desires. Our desires, most of them, we're not going to get into the different types of desires, but most of our desires, right, are there. They're indications of what needs to come next. For example, I desired outdoor living. I desired to be in a climate, in a country where I could predominantly spend my time outside, soaking up nature, being closer to my natural state, which is physical nature. Now, I will mention that I ignored that desire for many years, right? And finally, I got there. So our desires are our calling forth. They are what pull us forward, right? So the whole upgrade concept is literally a natural progression of where we are now, from where we are now. Whereas most of us will create a life by default. We'll look around, see what's going on around us, what our parents did, what our peers did, what our grandparents possibly did, and we follow suit. And the traditional model is, and I did it too, it backfired for me, but I did it. So I've been there, got the t-shirt and the fridge magnet and the badge, whatever. Left education, finished education, got married, had children, built, an ideal dream life. From the outside, it looked amazing. From the inside, it was a catastrophe. And this may have been the case for you. You may have had a slightly different route that you took, but for many of us, we literally go through the motions. And when we step into our awakened state, now this could be over, in a jolt of a minute. It can take time. For me, it happened both ways. I had many rock bottom moments, followed by awakening moments, which would take me through a journey of really knowing what the truth is. For example, when I went through my eating disorders, one of my big ahas and realizations and truth moments was that I have to look after myself. I can't live my life to keep other people happy. Let's just say it didn't stick that time, but it came through, right? And it took quite a few rock bottom moments to really have that cemented in my consciousness. But nonetheless, I'm here now, and I'm excited that you're here too. So here I am sitting on this mountain in meditation, eyes closed, feeling the beautiful sun, just gently warming my body, hearing the sounds of nature. I can see the sea in front of me. To my left and right, I can see other beautiful mountains. And it hit me that, Maria, you're still holding on to struggle. Now, for me personally, it was struggle. And this stems from many years of being a single mother, many years of struggling to build a business and take care of my beautiful children and be an amazing coach and this and that, and literally be everything to everybody, right? And the struggle was still embedded, the fear, the worry, right? Always having that undertone of worry. And it was laid, out on a plate to me last week. Now, this might surprise you. This really might surprise you that, obviously I've known that being on this journey is an ongoing, it takes work, guys. It takes focus. It takes dedication. And I know that. But, and this is just a really profound message for you, even though I'd listened to or felt the pull and followed the guidance to change my life yet again, right? After the next level of upgrade being available to me. It's a little bit like when you get, if you're familiar with the process of having a phone contract, a mobile phone contract, you sign up, you get your new shiny phone, you use the phone for 18 months or 24 months, and then you're ready for an upgrade again. And the company will contact you, or you'll contact them, and you will receive another shiny new phone. Now, before the 2 years, let's say, is up, if you try and upgrade your phone, they're going to give you a little bit of a problem. You've either got to buy yourself out, pay more money, or whatever the procedure may be for that particular company. Now, when you get to a point in your journey that the upgrade is ready, it's ripe, say your 2-year mark is up. Now, there is no time frame for upgrade, but just for the sake of giving the example of your phone company upgrade, right? When that 2 years is up, the process couldn't be more easy. Yes, madam, of course, madam. Here's your new phone with bells on, with jangles on, with free gifts and blah, blah, blah. So when it's time, the pull is so strong that actually staying still would be more painful. So even though I went through that last year and relocated to India and literally untethered myself from a life that was very well formed, that was very almost perfectly packaged, right? And since then, we've continued the journey of traveling, stopping off in the UK, taking care of business, spending time with our beautiful animals, and going off again, because this is where I need to be. This was where the universe wanted me to go, continued movement. So even though I was in that, even though I was obediently following my guidance, I knew that I still had to pay attention. I knew there was still work to do. Now, work in terms of releasing anything in my life, in my consciousness, or even in my subconsciousness that is no longer serving me. And the one thing that I've come to understand as I've been journeying over the past year is it doesn't matter where we go. Now, this is a great metaphor as well, okay? You may not be traveling. Chances are you're not. It's not for everybody. That's why the upgrade journey is so unique. And I can never give you a one-size-fits-all strategy or methodology or philosophy even. But as I've been traveling over the past year, it doesn't matter whether I've been on a stunning tropical beach or a tranquil mountaintop in southern Spain, or even in Sunday worship in a Hindu temple with the local guru in India. One thing actually remains the same. The thing that we always bring with us wherever we go is our mind, usually filled with its thoughts, beliefs, worries, attachments to suffering, old and current. So if we do not take care of our mind, it can become that uninvited guest along our upgrade journey. Okay. Now, this is what hit me hard on that day last week, and that morning last week. And even though I've known for an eternity that I need to mind my mind, it's one of my mantras, mind your mind, right? Even though I've known this for an eternity, and I coach it every day, I teach it to my students and clients, it was still showing up, guys. It was still showing up in a way that was producing a very low level undercurrent of worry, of struggle, of suffering. Now, if we were to measure it on a Richter scale, for example, it would be very low. It would be something like 2, right? Barely negligible. So, why do I need to bother with it, you might ask? Well, especially for people like you and I, what the people that I call light workers. Now, you may not work in the same way that I do. You may not help people for a living. You may not help people change their lives, upgrade their lives, release them from any crap going on, and push them forward literally into their most amazing life yet. You may not do that, but you do work alongside colleagues in your office. You do take care of your children. You are a daughter or a mother or a son or a father. You are a human being walking this planet. And it is each and every one of our jobs to show up bigger and better than we did yesterday. And the fact that you're here listening to this indicates very clearly to me that you're interested in that you want in on that. So this is why it's important to me that I clear those last 2 grades on the Richter scale, for example. And so I begin. You see, our mind loves nothing more than to remind us of the negative parts, whether they happened today, last week, or 10 years ago. It's crazy, right? Now look at it like this. Your mind has traveled with you since day one. Okay? It's witnessed the struggles. It's witnessed the breakups. It's witnessed the illnesses. It's witnessed the heartaches. It's witnessed the sleepless nights as you were raising your kids. You name it. The sort of 14-hour day workloads, the bankruptcies, the failed businesses. It's even witnessed you breaking your leg. It's witnessed the joyful moments too, of course. The births, the marriages, the holidays, the windfalls, the promotions. Those simple, happy, sunny days sitting by the beach or a river, eating ice cream. But what does our mind do? It reminds us of the struggles, the lack, the black days, the negative times. And when we are sitting in a place of joy, up it pops. Just to remind you that don't get too comfortable in this happy moment. Don't think this is it forever. It's too good to be true. And various other conversations and dialogues. And you know what? It loves nothing more than to replay images, feelings, and thoughts connected to every single crappy moment you've been through in your life. Okay? And that's what happens. And that's what I've been dealing with too. Even though I am where I am, even though I am who I am, I'm creating what I'm creating, I have come as far as I've come, my mind still loves to play those games. So you know what? On the top of that mountain last week, I decided that there comes a time in your life when you must put an end to all the useless suffering, struggling, and worrying. You must break free from the enslavement of your mind. Because that's what it is. Our mind keeps us hostage. It's time to let go, guys. And this is a declaration I'm saying on my behalf, but also I'm inviting you to do the same. So how do we do it? How do we master our mind enough so that it gets out of the way as we career upwards towards our upgrade. How? So I've got a few points for you. It's actually a step-by-step sharing. So first of all, as I mentioned, make a declaration. Okay. There's nothing more powerful than announcing to the universe that you're ready. Once the universe knows exactly what you are ready for, it can then step in and do its part of the project. So a little story for you guys here. The night I met my partner, Keith, I declared to the universe, literally, just as I was getting dressed to go out with my girlfriends, okay, universe, I'm ready. Show me what you've got. Now, I'd been recovering for a while from a traumatic relationship breakdown, and I'd been in a state of mourning and healing. It was a really icky time, a really tough time. So a totally crazy chain of events led Keith and I into the same room where we actually shouldn't have been that night. We should have been in totally different venues, but the universe was on the case. It was determined to get us together. So that night I made a declaration. In fact, one I'll never forget. It's a really powerful turning point for me. And it actually got me, well, it amped up my faith in the universe more than I'll be able to describe really in this moment. So in this case, you could simply announce to the universe, I'm ready to let go of, and then obviously fill in the blank. Please show me how and help me to let go of ... easily, joyfully, consciously, and swiftly. It needs a little bit more than you just reciting it though. You need to mean it. You need to feel it. You need to be serious about it. So then another option, now this can come after your declaration, it can come before. Really and truly, you need to feel your way through these steps, guys, and sort of maneuver them, reposition them as you feel fits your journey. Perform a letting go ceremony. Now, this doesn't have to be some airy-fairy witch's cauldron and potion style ceremony. There are uncountable ways you could do this. And maybe you already have one that you like to perform. Make a point of releasing the negative elements of what you've been holding on to. So, for example, if you're releasing an old relationship, okay, that maybe has been troubling you and there's been a breakup and it's been really just badgering you for a long time, give yourself permission to hold on to the happy times. Hold on to the love that was there. Allow yourself that. You don't have to give that up. So really make a point of releasing the trauma, the struggles, the denseness, the heaviness that is hanging around you regarding or associated with that particular thing. So release the need to continue with a certain behavior in order for you to feel safe. So, for example, I was holding on to worry, struggle, and all of that in order to keep myself safe, because my ego mind tells me that if I let go, then that I'll be back to square one. I'll be back to where I was 15 years ago, for example. If I let go, if I take my eye off the ball, that I will stop succeeding or I will go backwards, right? So pay attention there. Now, it's really simple. This is an example. Like I said, there are many more that you could adopt. But this is a simple example that I want to give you. So light a candle or even some incense, sit in your favorite place, and on a piece of paper, describe either in depth or write in bullet points exactly what you are letting go of. Take as much or as little time as you need, but remain focused. Now, this includes removing yourself from any crowded places, switch off any external distractions, your phone, the house phone, whatever it is. Close your eyes and sit in stillness for a while. and just allow your breath to be the only distraction. Then if you feel like it, you could either shred the piece of paper you've written on, burn it, or some people fold it up and bury it in the garden, put it in the freezer, whatever. There's so many ways to do it, but simply shredding it, I think is enough. Obviously burning it can be, cathartic too, but please be safe with that one, obviously. So another option, number 3, is remind yourself daily. In fact, this isn't an option, this is a must. Really, really must do this in order to keep your mind engaged in the forward movement rather than the backward movement. So remind yourself daily. And for 30 days, I recommend that you do this. This could be in the form of a daily affirmation, mantra, a song that you listen to. Maybe you have a song that you associate with letting go that has some great lyrics, and you may feel like playing it every day, singing it, or even dancing to it for 30 days. Before you clean your teeth, perhaps have it, set it at a certain time of the day so it's easy to do. All right. Now, another great one that you can do in your meditations is to adopt this very simple mantra. Okay. And it simply goes, let go. Okay, couldn't get any simpler, could it? So simply sit in a comfortable position, eyes closed, and silently say, on your in-breath, let, and then on your out-breath, go. So let on your in-breath and on your out-breath, go. And just sit for as long as you can, put a timer on, set it for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you've got available or you are comfortable with. So the final one, really powerful one, number 4, physically let go. Now we hold a lot of our crap. Now literally, guys, we hold a lot of our crap in our physical bodies. You could embark on a type of detox from a particular food that isn't supporting your wellness, like caffeine or meat or alcohol. Or you may feel to introduce fruits or vegetables, maybe in a smoothie or juicing kind of way for 30 days. Now, I'm not going to give you any advice on how to juice cleanse or anything like that. If you feel to do something like that, please get in touch, and I've got someone amazing that I can connect you with, and she's an expert in all of that. Another great way is to get active. Take up a new physical activity like jogging, speed walking, or even dancing. Now, this will shake up your cells and any stuck fears, emotions, traumas, or blocks that's sort of hiding in them, okay? A great one is also to stand really close to the front of your bed and allow yourself to free fall backwards on the bed, loosening all your muscles and releasing all control. Now, this could be quite scary, right? It took me a long time to sort of get the courage to do it. Now, if your bed isn't suitable, or either your neck or your back don't like that kind of movement, right? Ask a friend or a partner to catch you. It's probably a game that you used to play when you were a child, right? Now, it's powerful. It really puts you in a space of letting go. And each time you do it, whether the bed or with another person, recite the mantra, let go. Let go. Now, those are just some simple things that you can implement to help you let go. Now, if you have any questions, if you want a little bit more advice or a lot more advice, please do get in touch. Go over to the Facebook page, UpGrade with Maria Kay, join the group, send me a message, post in the group, become an active member of this community. I have created this community to support you on your upgrade journey, because I believe that where you are now is not the end. I believe that you have much more potential in life. I believe that you deserve more. So I'm here to help you with that. So go over to the Facebook group, UpGrade with Maria Kay, and join us. Become an active member, not only in the group, but in your life. And if you feel like you have any friends or family who would benefit from listening to these podcasts, please do share them. From the bottom of my heart, I am wishing you as much love as you can possibly absorb in this moment.